Alright, so welcome back again. My name is Jesse, and in this wonderful tutorial, we're trying to see how to secure the login session of the app that we built previously. So in the previous tutorial, we saw how to build a login session for Streamlit, and then we were using SQLite and SQL queries behind the scene to help us get access, right? But in most cases, when you build any app that has a feature of login and sign up, it is essential that you secure it against SQL injections. So let's see what I mean. So if I come back to this app and I go to the login, right, the login that we built previously, then I go back with admin, then the password is 12345, right? So we have a password of 12345. If I go with login, it's going to give me access into this particular database, right? Everything is working perfectly. So the reason we had access to this is because if I go back and I check my manage, inside the manage, we have this particular user registered with the username and a password. This is not the best way of securing, right? But I just want you to see what I mean by that. Because it is there, we got access to it. But what if I come back again? Let's start over. Go to the home page, and then let's come back to the login again. And then I go with this option. So admin, right? Dash admin, then apostrophe, right? Or colon. Then I just go with apostrophe here. Then I just go with this option. Same thing if I copy this one here and I paste it here, right? And let's log in. So now you're going to get access to it. Wow, right? We have been able to use the same thing to be able to, the same thing for the login and the same thing for the password to be able to get access into my app, right? If I go back and I check the manage the database, this particular admin apostrophe dash is not within our database. So how will we be able to get access to it? This is because of how we wrote our SQL query behind the scene, right? So this is what it's called, SQL injection. We can also try it with something different, so something like this, right? You can also try it with something different and it's still going to work. If I try it with this one, if I go with this option, backslash asterisk, right? Backslash asterisk, and then I do the same thing for here, backslash asterisk, right? We have been able to still get access to it, right? So this is not even secure, right? Then if I change it and I use the famous one that most people use, this SO, and I use the same thing for here, login, so now it's giving us that you have gotten access to it, right? Which is not the securest way, right? So how do we secure, and why are we getting this particular vulnerability within our app? So the reason is that if I go back to my app itself, right, how we wrote our SQL command is not the best way. So there are several unsafe methods that people usually write SQL commands that it will work, but it's not the best, right? So the first one is mostly when you are trying to concatenate the results in this particular format, right, which is not the best. So if you do this particular format of concatenation, you are not safe, right? And then either this one or the one above is not safe. And again, if you use string format like this option of string format, it's not safe, right? So then the normal string format that we use in most apps, it works well, but for login it's not safe, right? Because it's going to pass in the parameters you pass as a string, then it's going to render it in this particular format. So if I pass in the same admin that we had, right, this same thing, which was this, let's take off this, and then let's take off this. I want you to see the point. So this is how it was, right? So if I pass in this string format option, it's going to replace whatever I pass in here. So if I put A here, A and B here, right? So it's going to go and do this A and then B, right? That is how it's going to be. So in the same way, if I go back to this thing I've done and I place in this one, so it's now going to close off this. So this is going to close off this. So now it's going to close it, right? And then everything behind this is lost, right? It's like it's taken off. That's why we're able to get access to it, right? So this method is not the best method, because anytime you put in any string which is having something like this, it will go and close off this as we see, right? As you saw, let me make it better. So let's make it like this. Here's the first one. Then let's go back to this option, right? So now if I paste in any text, it's going to take off this, then put in admin, right? Admin dash, then this option dash, right? So now it's not safe, right? So this is not safe. So that is why we're able to get access to it, right? It's going to put this particular test that we put there. If you go back to what we did, this SO. So if I do the same thing for this SO, it's going to close that particular place. the SO is going to close it, going to close what we had, which was this option, right? So that it's closing it so that it becomes like this, right? So select all from users table where username is X or 1 2 is equal to 1, right? Which is not the safest method. So the best way is that you don't use string format, right? This is not the best method. Don't use concatenating like this particular option. Neither do you use f string like this, right? You don't use f string 2, which is also the same format. You don't use f string. So these are the unsafe ones. Of course, there are many ones, but these are the unsafe ones. So let's check it out in code. So if I come back to my backend here, I have the these functions, right? So this function is for unsafe. So login user unsafe, and we are using the normal string format for Python, right? The normal string format in which you use this particular option. Then you pass in your parameters, right? If I use this particular format, it's going to fail. It's not going to be secure, right? And then let's try it out. So this is for unsafe one. So I go back to this place and I check if this is what we are using. I save it and I come back here. It's not safe, right? If I use the normal admin, it will work. Admin 1 2 3 4 5 is going to work because it is valid. And if I use the fake one that you did, the admin dash apostrophe dash dash, is also going to work, right? Because of the string format, apostrophe dash apostrophe comma, it's also going to work, right? Which is not the best, right? So because we are using the string format, because we are using this option, that is why we have access to it. This is not the best method. Now let's see whether if we use f string, which is the commonest modern one, whether it's also going to be secure. Both the string format and the f string are still going to do the same thing, right? So if I use the f string in this particular format, in which you are using f string, you are passing the parameters in this particular format, it's still going to render it as we learned previously, right? So let's try that one, which is unsafe 2. So I come back here and call this one as unsafe. The first one was unsafe, and then unsafe 2, both of them still working, right? If I change it back to this one and then this one, let's go back. We have gotten access to it, which is not the best, right? So how do you secure? So the most safest way to secure your app is to use this particular format. So I go back to this place. You don't use string format, number 1. You don't use f string, number 2. You don't concatenate it like this, right? Like above, you don't do this. Now do you use string format because it's going to render it in this particular format first, then pass in this particular format, right? Which is not going to be which is not the safest. Now do you use f string, which is also going to render this in the same way. The safest way is to use this question mark option, right? In which you're going to create a string like this, the entire thing as the entire SQL query as a string with a question mark. Then you're going to pass in as a tuple your result, right? So this tuple username and then password is going to replace these question marks. That's the safest, right, for now. And then we also have the next option of using this same option, but you're using this particular format, right? This particular format of string formatting, in which you're passing as a tuple inside this dollar sign, no, %s, right? This format or this format. So that is the basic way, right? So either I prefer the first one because that is more secure, or the second one. So let's go back to our code. And you can see that for the safe one, we had what we wrote previously in the previous tutorial. We used this particular option, which is secure, right? So the code that we wrote was secure, but you are not supposed to use this option, this or this. These are not secure, and this one is also secure. So let's check it out. So I come back here, save it, come back and change it from this option to the secure one. If I save it and I go back to our login page, see that now it's giving us an error, invalid username, right? Even if I change it to use the admin apostrophe dash dash, copy the same thing, we are still secure, right? It's still not recognizing it because we are using the other format. So that is the best way to secure your app against SQL injection, right? So you should remember that you should not use this option. Don't use f string. Don't use string formatting. Don't concatenate it like this, but rather pass it as this particular option, right? In which you are passing as a tuple here into this question mark, or into this particular option or this one, right? That is a basic understanding behind it. That is how to make your app secure. So after making it secure, if the person is not able to get access to it, you are secure. But if the person is able to use SQL injection to get access into your app, as we learned earlier on, if I go back to this place and I check off this one to the real password, our password must be protected, right? The password that we use must be protected. It must not be a wrong one, right? It must not be plain text. That's what I mean. So even if you're able to, you have been authorized to get into the system, the person should not be able to see the password in plain text, right? So what do I mean by that? So there are several ways we can protect our password, or we can store password and data inside the database. The first one is storing it inside as plain text, right? Which is 0 way, no protection. This is what we did here, right? So we sent in our password, then it went straight away. So if anybody has access to it, either using the SQL injection, that is, if in case your SQL query was not correct, the person will have access to it, which is not the best, right? So that's the first method. So we protect ourselves by using hashing or encryption. So hashing is a one-way function in which you take a plain text, then you scramble it and you pass in a hashing function to it, which is a fixed size, produce a fixed size stuff. Then you store that hashed text into your database so that it's secure. So that even if the person gets access to it, you have to guess it to be able to get access to it using maybe Rainbow Kraken, right? But it's more secure. It takes a lot of time. Then we also have encryption. So encryption is a two-way protection in which you use a key to convert a plain text into a cipher text or a hidden text, encrypted text, right? A scrambled text. But once the person have the key in which you use to do the encryption and algorithm, he'll be able to have access to it. So this is best for password, but this is also good for maybe sending bank details or something to somewhere where we have to at least understand what was being sent, right? So we use encryption for details, and then we use hashing mostly for password, right? Mostly for password. So that is the 3 methods of protecting our login page. So either we are going to make sure that we are reducing SQL injection, right? So after you have reduced SQL injection, we're also going to protect our data by hashing the password, or encrypting the main data. So thank you for watching this tutorial. So in the next session, we'll see how to hash our data, see how to work with encryption. So thank you for watching. See you another time. Stay blessed. Bye. So in case you have any question or contribution, can you also put it in the comment section below, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.